taking three.
Going for the St. Louis now.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
You get your two?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thotgor here, of course. Today we're going to take a look at a battle I had in my Thotgor, and we are on Shatter. Now, you may recall, I think it was a few videos ago, maybe one or two videos ago, I put up a video replay on Shatter as well. And, you know, I talked about how this was really my least favorite map, right? And I think it was a ranked battle, actually. And then in that comment to that video by Paul, one of our subscribers here, he left a really good comment, very informative. If you haven't read it, go back and read it, about Shatter. And it makes a whole lot of sense, and I've been trying to use my ships and play the ships in the way that Paul suggested, in that the islands here, like you do want to play defensive on the map, but more importantly, the islands and little channels make it a whole lot easier for one ship to take on multiple ships alone, because you're using the cover in between firing at these ships, right? So that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, I knew that coming into this map on a destroyer, I wouldn't necessarily be able to test this out or really put it into practice, mostly because a destroyer is fairly sneaky. But with the knowledge that, you know, other people are actually enjoying the map, I thought I'd give it a try on this map. Now, obviously it's random, right? I had no idea this map was coming up, but since it did, I decided, well, you know, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see what I can do about, you know, playing defense on this map anyway. So with that in mind, I come into C, right? We're in C right now, and my main plan at this point in time is to take C and hold C, right? I just want to take this point, hold the point, then I'll reassess and see what's going on. Now, I do know that there are a number of enemy battleships and cruisers off in the distance, so this is fantastic because I can start shooting off my torpedoes. You'll notice, though, that in C, my cap has stopped, right? I'm no longer capping the point. This is because there is an enemy Fletcher nearby. Yes, I thought this was going to go all wrong right here, yes, because I ground myself ever so slightly, but I managed to get myself off the rocks and enemy ships don't actually see me, so this is good. But anyway, there is an enemy Fletcher in this point with me as well, and he's hiding behind some islands, just sitting there blocking my cap. We'll get to that guy. We can see him. There he is there, so I'm going to launch some torpedoes off just in case he doesn't happen to see me, or, well, I am spotted, but just in case he doesn't happen to take into account the torpedoes, or for whatever reason, right? Those are on the way. So those have been launched, and now I'm just going to turn around and we're going to launch another spread here once I reload, right, and line up on another target. Again, though, I want to get myself back into C, because just like the Fletcher was blocking my cap of the point, I want to block his cap of the point. I don't necessarily want to lose this point to the enemy. You notice that the enemy already has the B point. My team is fighting it out over A right now. It's not going very well over there. Well, it looks like it's going well, but it's not going to. And over here at C, where I am, I do have support from my battleships and cruisers behind me, so this is good. This is actually pretty great as well. I was happy that my cruisers, specifically the cruisers, didn't come into this point with me just yet, especially considering there's a Fletcher around. I didn't want those guys to just die. That would have sucked, right? We've already lost one of our destroyers to one of their cruisers, so we don't necessarily want to take too many risks this early on in the battle. Things could end up, you know, going really bad for us. So I'm moving up into C, and I've decided that I really want to hunt down this Fletcher. I want to get him gone. This is not something I would recommend you do in a Thotgor. Thotgor is, you know, it's a great destroyer, but it is nothing like a Fletcher. A Fletcher has amazing guns on her. Thotgor does not. The Fletcher can really destroy, you know, a Thotgor without any sort of effort, just by rapid firing the cannons. Now, I get lucky in that the Fletcher that's hiding behind the island is more concerned with blocking my cap than he is with killing me, which I found surprising. I totally expected the Fletcher to come after me. So launch more torpedoes off at, I think it's an enemy McCall I'm aiming at right now, and still keeping in mind the enemy Fletcher over there. Now, I fully expected this guy to start hunting me down, because he spotted me twice. He knows exactly where I am, and I'm getting fairly close to where he's hiding out. So I'm going to come in behind this island over here, go around it, right, and see if I can't sneak up on this Fletcher. See if he's dumb enough to actually stay where he was this entire time. I'm assuming that he's not, because I always assume, that the enemies know what they're doing, even though we know that they don't. I just assume it, so that I'm making, better calls, right? So out pops the Fletcher. There he is there. I put some shots into him, take out his engine. That's not too bad at all. I launch off some hasty torpedoes, right? And you can see that the lead indicator didn't indicate he was going to go that way. So I didn't actually think I was going to hit him. But watch what happens here, because he's trying to avoid these torpedoes like a madman, right? And obvious reasons, because one hit from my torpedoes and he is gone. So I hit him again with some shells. Look at this. He grounds himself. Torpedo comes in, takes off the stern of his ship, and he's gone. Fantastic. So that was the biggest threat I faced here at sea. He's gone. Excellent. I managed to take out the Thotgor, and I get another torpedo hit on some enemy ship there in the background. So that's good as well. Now we're going to cap C. We're going to start capping C. You can see that at A, my allies over there at A have either died or moved on, so A is under enemy control, but we are capping B right now. So that's okay. So I'm going to stick with my original plan here, take C, I've almost got it, and just defend it, right? That's the plan right now. As a bonus in this video as well, we do get to see the sheer amount of experience that you get for capping points. So keep that in mind. So I just capped this point all by myself, right? There was no assist to this, so that's all me. Cap the point, so that's great. So we're taking a look at enemy ships remaining over here. There aren't that many remaining, right? For the most part, they're trying to get away, or they're opening up the distance, so they're not really posing that big of a threat. My team has capped B, like I mentioned, but B is now contested. There's an enemy ship moving into B. We can see him on the minimap, and so I'm thinking to myself, well, the ships over there at B should be able to take on this guy. I forget what ship it was who was in there at B, but I figured it would be okay. Didn't think it would be that big of a deal. I launch off my full spread of torpedoes at an enemy battleship in the distance, hoping that I'm actually going to hit something, right? For obvious reasons. But that's the plan anyway. I want to hit something. Ideally, I want to take out the Tirpitz, because he's back there on full health. If I can get that guy gone, that would be amazing. And again, continuing, just protecting C right now. Keeping an eye on B, though, because again, B is contested. We can see that enemy ships and my ally ships are fighting it out over there, so I'm keeping a close eye on that. Because we have C now, I don't necessarily need to stay in the point, right? It's obvious. I can move out of the point if I so choose. Doesn't really matter. So the Amagi is off in the distance, Tirpitz is off in the distance, and we have a really low health cruiser. That's the Macau off in the distance there as well. So if I could kill the Macau, that would be nice as well. Torpedoes are on the way for the Tirpitz. We can see him over there, but yeah, that was a nice dodge by that player. He did see the torpedoes coming in and was able to turn out of it just at the last minute. So good play by that guy. Obviously, it sucks for me because I didn't get the hit on the Tirpitz, but the match here is still young. Lining up more torpedoes on the Amagi. You can see the Amagi's turning back in. Do another strafing run back here behind C. I'm going to close the distance. I was actually talking about this with some of the members of the clan. We were playing some tier 10s last night. We kept coming across the same Shimakaze division. There were three players, all in Shimakazes, and it was funny because the Shimakaze has two types of torpedoes. One has a 20-kilometer range. The other one has a 15-kilometer range, but they do a whole crap ton more damage. These guys were using the 20-kilometer torpedoes, so still good damage, but just not as much as the 15. But what they were doing that made it so useless was they weren't closing the distance and firing off torpedoes like I just did at the Tirpitz and the Amagi. No, they were getting into maybe about 18 kilometers from the target, launching their torpedoes. They do it all in unison, so you get like 40 torpedoes or 45 torpedoes, whatever it is, just going all down range. It's crazy to see, but that's what they were doing, and it made it easy for us to dodge them and to actually take out those Shimakaze. So keep this in mind. Even though you have torpedoes that go 20 kilometers in distance, doesn't mean that you should fire them 16 kilometers away. No, still try and get as close as possible to the target without being seen, right? Give them the least amount of chance of actually being able to avoid the torpedoes. There. Now that that's over, we can notice that I did kill the Tirpitz, so I got a nice torpedo hit on the Tirpitz. Then my allies came in, finished him down, and then my flooding is what took him out. Great. The enemies now have B, so I need to go into B and we need to do something about this. The same time, we have a Kiev. We saw him there briefly. There he is there. He is on his way to C. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, alright, big decisions here. Do I stay and defend C or do I go and take B? I do decide, and you can see here, that I am going to go and take B. I figure that this was a good call because I do still have allies in and around C to defend C. So this was my, my thinking behind this. So I figure, okay, abandon the whole strategy at C. We need to take B because we do actually have to start capping points here. Your cap points, and I don't know why I need to mention this, but apparently I do. Your cap points are incredibly important. You need to cap these points. If you don't, it's useless. You're going to lose. You have to cap the points. So that's why I'm in here at B. There is the Kiev. Now the Kiev does not spot me, right? I'm using my concealment basically right on the envelope of where I'm going to get spotted. The Kiev's in a reverse. I've accounted for that with my torpedoes, so they're on their way. Just have to hope they hit him. I hold off on firing my guns because I don't want to let him know that I am here and that torpedoes are on the way. He wouldn't necessarily see my torpedoes if I fired my guns, but if he's a good player, he would automatically assume that there are torpedoes in the water and he would get out of there. So, didn't fire the guns. Now, torpedoes are almost reloaded, got about 10 seconds left. There we go, managed to take out the Kiev. Fantastic, so he is gone. That's my second kill and my second devastating strike, so not too shabby. Point B is now captured, so that's my second point that I've captured all on my own. So that is going to equate to a whole bunch of experience that we will see at the end of the battle. Now that B is captured, I can reassess, right? Situational awareness, bringing it back to that, right? Taking a look at the minimap. Where are the enemies pushing? Where am I going to be most needed? Or where can I most effectively fight? Alright, we have 2 of the 3 points. I'm not going to go for A. No need to take A. We have the majority of the cap points right now. Don't have to worry about it, right? Even though the enemy might be leading us a little bit in overall points, doesn't matter. If we can take out a few of these enemy ships and keep our cap lead, we will take the lead in points. Everything will be fine. So, okay, not going to worry about it. We can see this enemy battleship, right? I think it was an Iowa. I'm going to shoot torpedoes right up the channel at them. Yep, there they go. I was pretty happy with this maneuver. Mostly because the channel is going to hide my torpedoes. Out of coincidence, there is smoke at the end of the channel. Yes, so even as the Iowa pulls up to the channel, he's not going to spot my torpedoes because they will then be in smoke, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to hit him and kill him. That's the plan. As long as he stays on his current course, right? Those are going to hit him. Anyway, now that those are off, going up the channel here, I have decided that, yeah, we're going to stick around, obviously. We're going to stick around B and C, right? We're going to help clean out these enemies. I am going to stay closer to B than C because I want to defend it. There we go. B is now starting to be capped. There's an enemy ship in B, obviously, right? So, okay, we're going to start doing something about this guy. He can't see me, so he doesn't know I'm here. It's an enemy Miyoko, I believe. So an enemy cruiser. So this is a pretty big threat. There we go. There's one torpedo hit on the Iowa from the torpedoes that I sent up the channel. So obviously he changed course a little, so I didn't get him with all of them, but still got him with one, so that's good. Help out my allies up there who are trying to take out that Iowa anyway. So I do have to pop smoke because, it's getting pretty tight in here and I don't want to ground myself. So I had to close the distance to the point where the Miyoko does actually see me. So he does see me, but smoke is out, so I'm popping in and out. And I'm getting pretty lucky with his incoming fire here. He's missing and not doing a whole bunch of damage to me, so that's good. Torpedoes are already in the water for the enemy Miyoko here. But they're going to miss him entirely, right? So look at this. Now, I did not expect this. Blam. Enemy Miyoko has grounded himself. So I was like, oh. So immediately launch off my second set of torpedoes. And this is, another benefit to cycling these torpedoes, right? I had the second spread ready to go to take advantage of this situation. Had I launched both at the enemy Miyoko right away, most likely those both would have missed and I'd be looking at a minute 30 reload on those torpedoes. So for now I'm going to drive away from the Miyoko because he does see me. He is capping the point, but he's about to die. There's one torpedo hit, there's two torpedo hits. I didn't kill him. Oh well. So immediately start engaging him with my guns, right? Because he's on really, really low health. A few hits from my cannons here, and he's going to go down. B will be safe. So that is what I'm going to do. I couldn't believe that shot there didn't kill him, actually. Oh well, one more shot. There we go. Mioko's down, B is secure. Fantastic. And that's my third kill for the game, so not too bad at all. And as well, you know, not only did I cap 2 points all on my own to get those that bit of experience, right? Look at my base defense flag, or ribbons, I guess they're called as well, right? There are a number of them there. I think it's 10. So that also equates to a number of, to a bunch of experience that you're going to get at the end of the game. Wargaming is rewarding you to cap these points and to defend the points, right? It's not about facing off on some obscure side of the map that has no strategic importance at all to see who is the better battleship captain, right? It's not about that. And when you do play like that, you will find that most likely you're going to lose. Not a matter of you not playing well, because you might destroy that battleship, but you didn't actually cap the points, and the enemy team is going to cap you out. Income torpedoes from the last remaining enemy destroyer here. I'm easily able to dodge these torpedoes, so that is good. We know that one of the enemy ships, I think it's a battleship remaining, is way off to the south of C, right? There he is there, so okay, well, it's North Carolina. We'll let him be over there for now. But there is also an enemy destroyer about, right? And we do need to keep this in mind, because the enemy destroyer in this late game can do a bunch of damage. We are about to win here, but if the enemy destroyer came in and, say, maybe killed one of my allies, you know, that'll quickly buy them a bit more time to maybe pull something off. So even though, you know, you're in this late game, everything looks fine, don't count victory until it actually appears, right? Launching torpedoes off of the enemy battleship. There we go. I don't expect them to actually hit him before we win, but just in case, they are in the water on their way, right? I'm going to get myself into position here as well to start capping A, if at all it is even needed. Just, you know, cap it, why not? It's a point. The battleship is not going to see me anyway, so why not come in here and cap it, maybe get myself a little more experience. Launch off my second spread of torpedoes, because with the amount of time remaining, yeah, there's no point to hold on to those. So there we go, victory. Fantastic. Let's take a look at these results. 10,000 experience. So obviously this is 1.5, but I do have my flag on, so because it gives it 2. But you can see the amount of experience you get just from capping these points, right? And defending the points. So fantastic. Over 3,000 base experience. Yeah. Monster game here. And like I say, it's because I stuck around and I capped the points. The points are so important. In terms of damage overall, it's just at 100,000 damage, a little over 100,000 actually, but that's not too bad at all, so pretty good. And then obviously I finished the one of the quests there, so it gives me 1,000,000 credits, but 10,000 experience to walk away with is pretty fantastic, especially considering I'm, you know, grinding towards a Shimikaze right now. Also, on a side note, just to talk about the ships I have, I should be getting the Rune today. Yes, I have enough experience to research her. I just need, I think, 3 million more credits, and then I'll buy her. So fantastic. Anyway, that is today's video. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe took a little out of it about you know, the importance of actually capping those points. So as always, you know, leave any comments you have for me in the video comment section below. I love reading those and responding back to them. Hit the old like button if you did like today's video. Hit subscribe if you are not a subscriber. And as always, folks, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day.